Hey guys, welcome back to another week of A Man's Mind. Today we're going to talk about making connections. Something I find most fascinating in life is figuring things out. I mean, isn't our brain a pattern recognizing machine? Oftentimes, I think a lot of our issues come when we use it to store information more than we use it to solve problems. So the whole idea of this project is to bring together all the ways in which you can see different layers as they relate to how you perceive your reality. What do I mean by that? Looking at different systems, whether it's physiological, mental, emotional, putting all these pieces together. Creating analogies is a very useful tool in relating one set of data to another. And when you can kind of put the two on top of each other. Do you remember when back in school, when there was a projector and the teacher would put the clear film on top and the light would shine through and the projection would come up on the board? Similar to that, think of multiple layers of that thin film layered on top of each other. Something I'm really excited about is sharing some of those ways in which you can do that yourself. So I'm still figuring these things out. I still like to dive in and whiteboard and try to figure where maybe I went wrong, or maybe I should do it more often where I maybe went right. But I think it's easier and more apparent to dive into problem solving mode when you're doing something wrong. When we're doing it right, I think it's easy for the ego to kick in and think, well, I'm just a genius. I know how to do this because I don't know. So where does that bring us now? Making connections. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I don't really know how I'm going to tie this into this video. I don't really know what the fuck I'm going to say today. I'm here because I'm committed to coming here, making videos. And the only video topic that I have is something that I'm maybe too afraid to talk about. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm convincing myself that I don't know what to say or how to say it. I'm convincing myself that I'm tired, I'm not in the right mood. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe I'll feel better. And then I'll have the balls to say it. Then I'll have the balls to say something that might get me judged, that might make people in my life unhappy. Isn't that interesting? When it comes time to say something that might actually matter, you get scared. And it's not a matter of going on treatment, drinking more caffeine or alcohol, numbing, distraction, liquid courage, or chemical courage. It's about doing it when it's actually scary. This video isn't really about anything in particular, but it is about my process, and it's helping me process right now. So anytime I've talked about getting yourself out of your head, I have another video that's sort of related to your voice and a way to sort of identify the trappedness, if that's a word, of your voice. I talked about how recording myself on video, and it creates the triangle where when I replay the video, forget posting. When I replay the video, I get to see myself as I looked then. So there's the camera, there's me in the moment, and then there's me on camera. It's kind of like three entities watching it through an unbiased lens. So as I rewatch this, I'll maybe figure out and see, what was I really thinking? What did I think I was thinking in this moment? Right now I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good enough to do it. And I'll be ruined if I do it. Do it. However, making this video, I'm simply thinking and processing out loud. Is that the proper structure for this kind of content? Do people actually want to observe my process? Maybe that will help them stoke their own. I've been pretty sold on that idea. I've thought that that was the magic. And now I'm starting to wonder, I sort of did that with My Niche is Human, the podcast that I had related to mental health and talking about my journey with the diagnosis and getting that monkey off my back. And that became, in my little bubble, it had momentum. People were excited about it. They would ask me about it. They would mention it. Even people in my industry, in my work industry, they would ask about it. And now that I'm starting this Substack, now that I'm older, now that I have shared videos while on my back foot, this year has been really hard. I wasn't my best self. Things haven't really caught, haven't gotten momentum. And I'm letting that, maybe I was letting that because through this process of awareness, it no longer owns me. I'm not in the narrative, I'm viewing it. It was convincing me that no one wanted to hear my thought process. No one wants to hear from another white man. Maybe times have changed. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just some bullshit that I've been telling myself. To what? To get me to slow down, to get me to not do this anymore. You know, I'd almost like to share this video so people can see how hard maybe this really is. But maybe it's not hard. Maybe it is. Maybe people don't think it's hard. Maybe people don't even care if this is hard. They just expect that if you're willing to build a platform, if you're willing to take up space, that you better come correct. You better come organized and spoon feed me this information in a super hook digestible way so I don't have to work hard for it. Is this the process of overthinking, overanalyzing, or is it simply peeling away the layers, all the potentials that could keep me from moving forward or you moving forward? Does watching this unplanned session of thinking out loud, working through a problem, maybe I'm an external verbal processor, whatever, I've never really identified with that. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe seeing this helps you figure out your own process. Maybe seeing this will stoke you and encourage you to set up the lights and the microphone and all the things, even amidst feeling like, I don't know what to say right now. I don't know what I feel comfortable with. I don't know what's another topic that people want to hear about, but what do I want to talk about? And that's really all the past maybe 6 minutes has turned into. This is what I want to talk about, what I'm experiencing in this moment. Now, how will that translate into value if you're still watching? Maybe it resonates. Maybe this was a selfish video, but maybe this is what helps people. This is what actually creates connection. A genuine moment, a genuine string of thought and feeling and doubt and whatever else I'm experiencing right now that I'm trying to articulate. Maybe that's the magic. Maybe that's the real that we've all been looking for. So if any of this meant anything to you and you're still watching, try this. It seems silly. You know, I came here and I set up all the equipment, even if you're in your living room, even if it's just your phone, just set it up and start talking. I wonder, and I'm wondering in this moment if there's something about the process of thought, the process of processing to a third party. Is a camera a point of view? Is it an observer? It will be eventually. Is it a satellite of consciousness? Is it an extension of consciousness? Maybe not in this moment, but if we look at the timeline, eventually it will be seen by other consciousnesses. So does that affect how I process in this moment, feeling that second order, third order observer? It may be no one ever observes this aside from this camera, but is it the intention to be observed, or is it the potential to be observed that changes literally how I feel in this moment, how I operate in this moment? Would I be behaving in the same way if I was speaking to the wind? Would I be behaving the same way if I was staring at that wall and there wasn't a single piece of electronics in this room? I don't know. But that's the magic. Give it a shot.